Good morning to all my students out there, and I'm welcoming you in this lecture for those who are actually curious about the new topic and for the learning. So in the previous chapter we were actually discussing about what are the business responsibilities. So our topic was the social responsibility of the business and the business ethics. So we discussed in our previous chapter on the topic that what are the responsibility being a businessman. So as you already studied about what are the different responsibilities, because business is actually, you cannot establish your business in the isolation. You are a social people. We all are the social people, and also the business cannot be exist without people, without a society. So it means the society is ultimate the place where you are actually receiving all the resources which you need, and also society is a place where actually whatever you are producing you are going to sell them. So it is also as now, because you are receiving so much from the society, you are receiving, as for your business you are receiving the raw material, you are receiving the natural resources, or you can say the man or employees and a worker, everything you are receiving from the society, and also you are also earning your revenues, your profit, just because of the society. So it is the society which is giving you what you are required. It is the society which you have a need, that society is actually catering your all kind of need. And that's why as a responsibility, say it is your also responsibility, it is your responsibility to understand that if you are receiving so much from your society, it is also your ultimate duty to also give them something, and that something is actually that you are actually understanding that what are the common responsibility being a businessman. As for you, as a businessman, as a business, what are the common responsibility you are to be obey and you are to be understand. It means it is actually the voluntary duty. It's not nobody will tell you about that this is your duty, this much you are to be responsible for. It should be voluntary. So we have talked so much about what are the social responsibility as being a businessman or for the business. Here our topic today is that is the business ethics. Before doing the business ethics, we also try to discuss about what are the business and environment. So because you know that business is cultivated in the environment. Environment is it is a surrounding where your business, you can culture your business, you can establish your business. So there are also so many important responsibility for the environment. So if we talk about the industries or business, we can say that the just industries, or you can say the business, there are so many of the pollution, the reason are the industries and the business. You can say that the lot of the pollution, the reason for creating the pollution is somewhere the majority part, you will say that will be just because of the industrialization, or because the industries are settling in your urban area. So if there is an industry, this is 100%, there must be the pollution. So for as a responsible businessman, as a responsible industrialist, it is the duty of that person to at least abide the rules which can minimize the pollution, and also there should be some steps should be taken to minimize or to make the pollution on the zero level. So today we are going to talk about on this topic that what is a business and the environment pollution. What are the different kinds of pollution? Then we will also discuss about what is the need for the pollution control because if there is a pollution, you are also having a need or the requirement to control the pollution as a responsible businessman. Also, we will talk about what are ways and means of the pollution control. What are the different ways you can adopt just to control the pollution, and after that we will also move to the topic that is the business ethics. So before starting, we are moving to the first topic, that is the business and business pollution, environment pollution. So here the business and the environment pollution. As business is as important because we need so many things required in our daily life, that is actually catering by the different kinds of business. They are you can say all the things which we require and in our daily life, it is actually coming from the industries. So we cannot ignore the industries, because only the industry which are actually catering our daily needs. But on the same time, if the industries are so important, on a one side, on the other side, they are also creating so much of pollution. So it means it is actually causing the reason for the pollution in the environment. So what are the norms we can actually use for controlling the pollution? So we can say that the greatest problem that industries and businessmen are creating is that the pollution. The absence of effective legal control system has also encouraged many air, water pollution, industries being set up in the urban area. Although government is taking measures to move the large industries from the urban area, but small and medium scale industries are still existing in the urban area. Their emissions are seriously affecting the health of the worker, the local residents. This damage of the environment has contributed to increase the disease and disasters. So on the one hand, if we cannot ignore industries. On the other hand, industries creating the problems in somewhere in our daily life. In one or another way, it is actually affecting our daily lives also by the way of creating the pollution, and pollution creates so many diseases, and also it is the reason for the disasters. It means the earthquake, the flood, that is actually the reason for the pollutions. So what are the causes and the environment pollution? So what are the causes? The causes are basically the air pollution, the water pollution and the land pollution. So it means that government has taken also so many steps to take or shift the big industry from urban area to the isolated area or the area which is actually far away from the cities. But there are some industries which is actually still be there in the urban area, just like the small industry or the medium industry, because these are also creating so much on our daily lives. These kind of industries are also creating the pollution. So we can say that the pollution can be defined as an injection of harmful substance into the environment. So this is a very important line to just define the pollution. I am repeating it, that the injection, the pollution is defined as an injection of harmful substance in the environment. Since the independence, the large number of the small and the medium scale industry have been set up in the cities and towns. As a result, environment pollution has become the major pollution. So after the independence, when the Britishers has just leave our country, there were so many good things happened. It means that whatever was there with the hands with the Britishers, or the, you can say, with them, with the Englishmen, that they leave here, and the small scale, at that time the small scale industries and the medium term industry, that also come into the existence. That was a good thing for us, we can say. But on the other hand, also they are creating, also with the help of that, with the creation of the small industry or the large industry, with the creation of the industrialization, also one problem which was actually existed, that was the problem of pollution. So we can say that the environment pollution arises due to the following reason. First is the air pollution. So it means air pollution refers to the injection of the harmful substance into the atmosphere, which result in lowering the quality of the air we breathe in. So air pollution is a serious problem for the whole world, and it has created a hole in the ozone layer of atmosphere. Smoke chemical emitted by factories and smoke emitted by the vehicles are the main causes of the air pollution. So air pollution is defined here that it is a harmful, it is the injection of the harmful substance into the atmosphere. Atmosphere is, it means the surrounding where the air moves, and if the surrounding is getting polluted, it is actually creating the hole in the ozone. Actually, ozone is a layer which is protecting the mankind from the direct sunlight, which is creating the different kinds of cancer in the skin. So the pollution, the air pollution is actually you can say increasing that hole. It is actually increasing that hole, which is, and through that the sun rays which are affecting, which are directly coming, they are very much harmful for the skin. That is the cause, we can say, the air pollution is creating, and that is also by the way of emitting the different kinds of the smoke from the factories and the vehicle we are using. All the smoke which is emitted from it is also causing the air pollution. Now moving to the water pollution. The other cause of the pollution is the water pollution. So it means we can say the water pollution refer to the dumping of the chemicals and other wastage in the rivers or in the lakes nearby, and generally the factories located near the rivers or the stream dump their waste into the river, lakes, etc., or the stream also, thereby causing the water pollution. So we can say the main reason of pollution in the water is just dumping the chemical waste of industry into the river. Where it is situated, wherever the industry is situated, wherever nearby the stream or nearby the lake or the river, the businessman or the industries actually, they just without thinking about that, what they are doing, they are actually polluted the water which is actually going in the cities, and which actually the animals are using for the drinking, the people are using nearby, the villages, they are using the water, they are creating the pollution for all of them. Next is the land pollution. So land pollution here means it refers to dumping the toxic waste in the land, which affect the fertility of land and make it unfit for the agriculture. There are two aspects of the land pollution. Now, one is how to improve the quality of the land which is already damaged, and secondly is how to check the further contamination of the land. It means that by polluting the land, it becomes the value of the fertility become less of the land if you will dump the toxic waste into the land. So what are now we moving to the need of the pollution, need for pollution control. Why we need for the pollution control? As we know that there are different kinds of causes of the pollution. It is the air pollution, or you can say the water pollution and the land pollution. It means we are on the foresight in all dimension. We are actually polluting our surrounding by the way of the air, by the way of the water, or by the way of the land. Everywhere we are polluting our surrounding. So that is the basic need, just to you can say the refine that surrounding. That's why we need to control the pollution. So pollution is a serious problem. It is spoiling the quality of the environment. Air pollution is creating a breath problems where the water is becoming unfit to use and land is losing its fertility. The main reason for controlling the pollution as we are going to discuss it. So air, just because of the air pollution, there are so many diseases are come into existence, which is related with the lungs diseases, which is related with our breathing problems. And the water pollution, it means it is actually causing that it is getting it just because of the water pollution, the water is unfit for the drinking, unfit for the use, as the water is inseparable. We need the water from the every point of our life. We drink it, we use it everywhere. It is used for the cleaning purpose, it is used for the agriculture. Everywhere water is using. So there, with the help of the pollution, water, the value of the water is getting polluted. Next is that now, first is to ensure the safety. Why? What is the need of the pollution control? First is to ensure the safety. So it means safety of the life is very much important, as we need the things for the daily life. Also, the safety is very much required. If we are just not concentrate on the things that they are going to be harmful for the lives, then it create the you can say the dangerous effect for the mankind. So it should be stopped. Due to the environment pollution and the smoke, the visibility of reducing is reducing. Due to the poor visibility, there are the more chances of the accident of automobile on the highways, and also the poor visibility can hazardous for the landing and taking of the airplanes. To reduce the number of the accidents, there must be the check of the pollution so that the visibility gets improved. So that's very important to check the visibility of the air, because sometimes the visibility becomes zero and it causes so many accidents on the roadside. And also it is harmful for taking off the aeroplanes or landing the aeroplanes. Next is that is the economic losses. Just because of the pollution, there are so many economic losses are going to happen. So air pollution is blackening the, what are the economic losses? So here the air pollution is blackening the buildings, water pollution is affecting the sea life, and the land pollution is affecting the fertility of the land. So all these are bringing heavy economic losses of the country. For example, Taj Mahal, because Taj Mahal is very much enhance the tourism, and the building of the Taj Mahal is getting you can say dirty, or getting more blackened, because Taj Mahal is actually built with the white marbles. Just because of the air pollution, the white marble is getting black, white marble is getting you can say faded. So the Taj Mahal is losing its beauty due to the pollution caused by the industry around it. It is great economic loss of our country. Next is to maintain the natural beauty. So see, what is the nature? Nature is related with the plants, the trees, the flowers, the streams, the rivers. It is all nature. But on the other side, with the happening of the pollution, this nature is getting polluted. We are just dumping the waste from the river, and the river, which is the sign of the beauty of nature, we are actually what we are doing? We are actually polluted the water. We are cutting down the trees and the plants, which actually cause the land erosions. So it actually cause the floods at the time of the rainy season. So we can say that the pollution is having direct impact on the natural beauty. The nature beauty consists of the mountains, river, trees, etc. The pollution is affecting all these. The polluted river and the stream are spreading foul odor. The beautiful buildings and monuments, which are the beauty, and getting blackened with the pollution. So next is to ensure the healthy life. It is very important to live in the hygienic atmosphere if you want to live long. So pollution control is must to ensure the healthy life of the people. The pollution is the root cause of many diseases. Air pollution is causing the heart and the lungs diseases, and also the cancer. Water pollution is causing the liver liver problems. There are, if you will intake a not a good water, you will have the different kinds of diseases which is related with your liver. So and other kidney problems also. Pollution control is must to keep the check of all these diseases. Next is that is to lead a comfortable life. So the pollution is creating nuisance and inconvenience. Polluted river become unfit for swimming and for fishing. Air pollution is causing the ear irritation, eye irritation or coughing and breathing problems. Also pollution control is required to reduce the inconvenience so that the people can lead a comfortable and the healthy life. So these are actually the need for the pollution control. Next, the ways. Now moving to the ways and means of the pollution control. What are the different kinds of ways you can adopt and what are the different kinds of the means you must be adopted for your industries. So these are, as all of us are controlling the pollution, is a need for the hour. That this problem can no longer be ignored. Government of India is also accepting the challenge of solving the problem of the pollution since of some of the approaches followed to check the pollution. So there are some checks, that is the environment evaluation, that is the pollution control standards. Next, the regulations, ban. These are the means and the ways you can minimize the pollution. So first is the environment evaluation. So it is that as a major cause of pollution are industries. So first approach adopted by the government is to environmental evaluation of the industries activity before it is undertaken. So it means that before starting the industries to the owner must submit the report in which it report to the government in which they prove that by using all these techniques and norms we are actually not creating the pollution, or we have also set up the all measures we are adopting to minimize the pollution. So it means it is called the environmental evaluation. By the help of the evaluation or by the help of that you can say that thing, you can minimize the pollution because by checking all these things, that if I will use this technology, how I can overcome from the pollution. What are the different kinds of the methods you can use it? This has to also submit the report to the government. Next is the pollution control standard. The government has set certain pollution standard. These standards fix limit for maximum allowable level of pollution. To check air pollution, the Euro 2nd and the Euro norm are set up as for the small cars. Next is the regulation. The government is regulating the activities of the various industry by licensing policy. So the industry have to take license from the government before setting, and they also have to take permission from the government agencies for discharging their waste in the river or dumping the waste in the land. Also the permission is given only when discharge and the waste are treated by anti-pollution technology before discharging them into the river. So it means it should be the step should be taken just to see that all the waste which is dumping should be come through the anti-pollution technology. It means the waste which is dumping should not pollute your water or pollute the river or the stream where you are dumping it. Next is the ban. So ban means to restrict. It means under this the government has banned to use the certain substance and things which are hazardous. For example, the dumping of the toxic substance is banned. Use of the polythene is banned in the Shimla also. Smoking at the public places is banned. The vehicle without the pollution checks certificates are banned, etc. So these are your ways and means of pollution control. Now we that what are the role of environment protection. What are the role of environment protection? That also be very important, because we must have to abide all the laws which actually minimize the pollution. So it is the social responsibility of every businessman to check all type of pollution and take some preventive steps to check the pollution. What are those? That making use of eco-friendly production techniques, recycling the industrial waste, treating the waste through the technology before discarding them into the water, participating in eco-friendly activities such as plantation of the trees, also cleaning the rivers or the ponds, etc. Next, making use of eco-marks by producing the eco-friendly products. Also abiding the bylaws and policies framed by the government. Spreading the awareness among the general public regarding the importance of the eco-friendly techniques and the product. These are all the things which are enhancing the role of the business protection, the environment protection through the business or through the industries. Now, move the next, that is the business ethics. Simply, what is the meaning of the ethics? Ethics are actually the values which tell us what is good and what is bad. What should we adopt and what we should not adopt, because it is not good. So it means ethics are very important in the life. The same, the ethics are very important for the businessman or for your business. So here, what are the ethics? Ethics means refer to the set of the moral values or the standard or the norms. It is the value, we can say, it is the standard or the norms on which govern the activity of the business. So it means you must have to follow the ethics. If the business is on the ethics, it will go move further. It will be beneficial for the businessman itself. So business ethics refer to set of moral value and or a standard or the norm which govern the activity of the business. Ethics define that what is right and what is wrong, and it is a critical analysis of the human act to determine whether they are right or wrong. For the businessman, the ethical decision expected are to provide the customer with the true information regarding the product and services. This is the ethic of the business, to providing the right information. Allowing the customer to make free of the choice. You are not to insist the customer to buy something. It is you must give the free choice to your customer. This is the ethical code of conduct. Providing quality product at the reasonable price. It is a quality product with the reasonable price. That both are important. The quality product as well as the price of the product is also required. It's important. Now come to the that is the ethic versus the law. There is an ethic. Ethic means the moral value, and there is a law. Law means you are just in a boundary. If you are passing that boundary, if you are crossing your limit, you will be punishable by the code of conduct, by the rule and regulation of the government. So it means ethic means the value. It is right and wrong on your own way, and the law means the law is just insisting you to follow, and if you will not follow it, you will be punishable. So here we are actually taking the ethic versus law. The ethical behavior is above the behavior required by the law. So we can say that if we will taking together the ethic and the law, ethic are more above than the law. Why? Because both the law and the ethic decide what is right and what is wrong. Law reflects the ethical and the moral value of society. That is what conduct is permitted. That is what conduct is permitted and what is not permitted in the society. And if one is breaking the law, then one is punishable and penalized. So the business ethics also decide what is expected conduct of the businessman and what is not expected by the society. Some unethical aspect of business are also punishable, such as the adulteration, black marketing, etc. But some acts are considered unethical, that is, which are not punishable. So, which are not punishable, that is unduly high price by the businessman is unethical, but it is not punishable under law, and that is, we say that ethics are above than the law. So, what are the different elements of the ethics? There are the different elements of the ethics, that is, first is top management commitments. Second is the publication of the code of conduct, establishment of the compliances mechanism involving employees at all levels, measuring the result. These are the elements of the ethics, business ethics. So first is the top management commitments. The top management has a very important role to guide the entire organizations towards the ethical behavior. The CEO and the other top level of management must be openly and strongly committed towards the ethical conduct and guide people working at middle or a low level. It means that it is the duty of the top level of management to actually abide all the ethics. It means it should be in the mind of them that we must have to follow the ethics. So next is that is the publication of the code of conduct. So the generally ethical organization define the code of conduct and set an ethic of all the employees in the organization. These principles are defined in the written documents called the code. These ethics covers various areas such as the health and the safety in the workplace and fair dealing in the selling and marketing activity. It means code of conduct. There should be the written code of conduct. With that, you should actually be clear in your mind that we have to follow all the ethics. The ethics is related with your safety, ethics is related with your health. Next is the establishment of the compliances mechanism. So to make sure that actual decision match with the firm's ethical standard, suitable mechanism should be established, that is corporate ethics in training, recruitment and selection. It means it is not that you are just writing in the document that we have to follow the ethics, these are the code of conduct we are to follow, but also there should be the establishment of compliances of the mechanism. It means there must be some norm where you are making the ethics and you are also checking in actual. It should not only in the written form that there are the code of conduct we are to follow, but in the real sense you are not following it. There should also be some norm. There should also be some mechanism to following it. And also at the end you have to see that whether all these ethics are followed by or not. So it is a very important responsibility to make the code of conduct and also follow those. Next is involving the employee at the all levels. It is ultimately the employees and the labor who are actually working, because whatever you are implementing with the making of your plans are useless until and unless it is not used by the your worker and the labor. And labor and worker are actually the persons who are actually facing the problem while doing it. That means you must be take care about their working condition. You must be also encourage them to take a part of making some decision or a policy so that they can tell you about the real situation at the workplace. So we can say that while making the ethical program and a policy, employee must be involved, because these have to be practiced by them. Only by forming small group of the employees, the ethical policy can be discussed by them and we can examine their attitude towards these policies. It means if you are making something for them, they should also be involved. It means ethics can only be possible if it is involved by them, because you are making those things for them. If they are good for them, only then they can adapt it, and that they can only adapt those things if you will discuss with them. Without discussing with them, you are just making it. Sometimes it is not be advisable also. Next is measuring the result. So it means although it is very difficult to measure the ethical result, but it must be verified and audited at how far the work is being carried and on accordance with the ethical standards. So from time to time the top level must meet the employee to set the future plan also. So it means that ethics, you have just come to know about that what is the difference between the ethics and law. So you must be clear about that law is that what is right, what is wrong. If you are just crossing the limit, what the law has set for us, if you are crossing it, the law will definitely going to punish and penalize if somebody is crossing that. So but on the other hand is also the right and wrong, the identification of the right and wrong by us, by our soul somewhere, but the ethics are more above than the law, because there are some act which is not being checked by the law, but our soul, our own self tells us that it is not right, but we still doing it. It means that then our own voice says it's not right, we should not do it. That is the meaning of ethics. Ethics means our own values, our own norms of the life, which tell us that this is a right way and this is the wrong way. Sometimes the wrong way which we are just taking, that is not good, but it is also not being catched by the law. And that time the voice of the soul, or we can say the value of ours, tell us that it should not be right. Same even in the business also. You know that there are some acts which is not detected by the law. You are not punishable. But you will doing a wrong thing. It is your own self duty to analyze what is right and what is wrong. What is right, you must be adapt for your betterment and for the betterment of your workers, for your employees which are actually coming every day in the factory. With the help of them, you are just able to create more and more revenue on the profits. So it is your responsibility to at least understand the good things, that if these people are coming, with them only you can make your profit. So it is your duty to see that whether their working conditions are right, whether you are paying them the right salary, and also you have to also take care about their health. They must be work under a good working condition. It should not be you are just you are just allowing them for these kind of the surrounding and the atmosphere where there are so much pollution, or they are just doing under that and they are getting ill. It is a duty of being a businessman. It is your duty to at least understand what are the ethical values you are to be adopted in the life, or for to run your business or the industry. So this is all about for the topic that is we have discussing it. These topic that is the social responsibility of the business, as well as what are the business ethics, that we have discussed in this detail, and I'm sure you people understand or have an idea about it. So it is enough for today, and I will say good luck to all of you.